Oh, we're gonna talk about it. What up? Good morning, everybody. Trying to get a little consistency. We 3 episodes in. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Got a lot of topics, a lot of things to talk about. And there's a big one in here that I want to talk about. I can't wait to see what y'all got to say about this. Yeah, the Afro coming up. Day 2 of the 21-day challenge. Yes, and I hit all my marks yesterday. I didn't quite get a gallon of water, but I tried. You was expecting me on the treadmill? Nah. We doing the morning cup of dough morning show. We're gonna be here from 6 to 8 every morning. Will this be daily or like Tuesday or Thursday? I don't know. I mean, I got a vision of having my own morning show. So um, you know, right now we on day 3 consecutive. So we're gonna see how it goes. If the bandwidth on it's too much and I can't and I gotta take it down, we'll see. But I like it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just take it one day. We're fine tuning this thing. We're finding our points. You know, we're good here. We're good here. Okay. 6 to 8 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Morning cup of dough. We're trying to keep it light. We're not trying to talk about nothing too crazy, too. We're just trying to have fun. You know what I mean? That's all we're trying to do. I usually give everybody about 10 minutes to get in here. So this is what I like to call, having your cup of joe. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody get a chance to get in here, sit down, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Some new details have emerged with the Dave Chappelle situation. Kim Kardashian is back in the news, not just for weight loss, but also this Ray J sex tape situation that just never seems to die. That's going on. What up, Mitch? You know, just over here trying to produce a humble morning show. That's all it is. The morning cup of dough morning show. You guys can feel free from here, from Instagram, to go over to my YouTube. I am Doughboy. I am Doughboy TV. IAMDOBOY TV over at YouTube, because eventually I want it to just be there. I'm starting it with both. Let me tell y'all why I did this like this. Because some of y'all might be looking at me like, Doughboy, what are you doing? You just randomly started a morning show on a random Tuesday, and you're having it on your Instagram and your YouTube. And you know why I did that? Because sometimes you just got to have forward motion. Sometimes you got to just be like, you know what? Because I had been thinking in my mind for a very, 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 very long time, like, I want to do morning radio. But as I was doing it, I was like, I mean, not as I was doing it, as I kept thinking about it, I kept waiting for an opportunity. Like, well, what do I need to do? Who do I need to contact? Should I kind of reach out to people I know and try to get an opportunity on a platform? I was just like, yeah, you could do that. But kind of where I'm at in 2022, at this point in my life and this point in my career, it's like, no, I want to build the things that I want to do. So I said, well, just start doing it where you can, like where you get the most traction from people, and just build it up. So that's what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, same thing I did with my pilot that I just shot. It was like, I want to do a TV show. Do I want to, wait till pilot season and then just go out and, you know what I mean, audition for people's stuff and try to get, be a part of it? Yeah, it could. Or I could write my own show and film it and see how that goes. So, just rock with me. All right, we got the humble crowd in here today. We got 16 over here. We got 12 over here. So it's about 28 of us in here. And I'm excited about it. DZ, what up? Shout out my brother DZ. Great producer over at All Def Digital. Just seen him yesterday. Somebody just asked me, somebody asked me, actually, I just seen the question. Am I going to have guests? I am working towards having guests. Not yet. I'm going to set the stream up this weekend, the Ustream, or no, StreamYard, so I can start sending out links. So I'm putting it all together, because I was just like, no, you can't just be up here talking for 2 hours and that's the only voice. So probably moving into next week, I will have it set up for, for me to have a couple guests, a couple other homies, some of my comedy partners, you know what I'm saying? People that I can possibly interview. So we're gonna build and shape this into the morning show that we want, guys. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We can talk about it. We can figure it out. Y'all can say, no, we don't like this. We don't like it when you do this. We love it when you do this. We hate that. So yeah, where we at right now? 6:05. 5 more minutes, we're gonna get into it. I'm about to let my afro go. Yes, let me tell y'all, as we're getting this, we're letting people come in. Am I letting my afro go? Yes. Why? Um, I just want something different. I'm at a space in my life where I feel like I'm changing. I'm trying to evolve into the highest version of myself. That's why I'm just like, I'm gonna get down to this 225. I'm doing some things career wise, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, let me just maybe look different. I don't know. I want to get braids. I don't know that I'd ever get dreads. There's something about dreads that I don't think is for me. But who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind and I'll just be like, you know what? Dreads. But I do like the fullness of the beard. I'm out of space in my life. Yes, classic Doughboy is back. We're going to get into these things. This is a lot of stuff I want to talk to y'all about. And this is going to be kind of one of the prototypical episodes that I want to do. I don't want it to be all deep. I don't want it to be all somber. Hold on one second. Somebody told me I should talk into a mic. Can y'all hear me better when I talk directly into the mic? It was always over here, but I just wasn't. And I'm assuming that y'all could hear me on Instagram, but I'm gonna try to maybe set that up. You guys hear me better? I'm like, ow, no. I don't know if I like that. Okay, just maybe bring it a little bit closer and directly. Okay, I think we're about ready. We can about get ready to start. Yeah, well, we need the mic in the. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's start with Ray J. Huh? Ray J is speaking out. This is, I think, a fascinating story that we want to start off with first. Ray J is speaking out. What is he speaking out about, Doughboy? He's speaking out about the sex tape that came out years ago. So let's start there. I want to start there because it's a very when you look at it, and I kind of want to see how you guys feel about this as well because I definitely have a different take on it. So the thing that makes this interesting for me with Ray J is that he's never really talked about this. I mean, I think, back in the day, he kind of did some subliminal stuff when he did the I Hit It First song. I think maybe when he was taunting Ye, you know what I'm saying? But he's never really talked about like the tape per se. And that was always kind of like the narrative that was going on was that he had kind of leaked it. It was kind of like he wanted some notoriety, some fame. This is kind of just what the narrative was. That's kind of how it went. That he somehow put that out to catapult himself, right? Never really said anything. And lately, the conversation about the tape has been resurfaced. And I always thought it was weird. I thought it was weird from the gate. What it was when Kanye and Whack, well, I think, Whack 100, it had come out like there was a second tape. You know what I'm saying? So there was the first one, then there was the second one. And then apparently Kanye had went to secure and get that because, it was a possibility that it would come out. And then on the Kim Kardashian show, that was like, she was happy. She was like, oh, Kanye went and got the tape. I'm glad that it's not going out. Da, 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 da. So these were like kind of all the rumblings. But it kind of made it seem like Ray J had it and he was just like dangling it over people's heads, whatever. But he spoke for the first time on the situation. And I think the way that he spoke about it kind of speaks volumes. Let me tell you guys what he said. Okay, now this is coming from him. All right, and I want to read his words. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, this is what he said. When I put on the comments that all of this is a lie, I didn't mean Kanye was coming to meet with me about some secret sex tape. I mean, all of this is all a lie. From the beginning of us putting this sex tape out, this has been the biggest lie in the in the industry. Well, in the industry in the history of entertainment. Let me see that. I'm gonna say that again. Ray J says, I mean, all of this is all a lie. From the beginning of us putting this sex tape out, this has been the biggest lie in the industry in the history of entertainment. He also got a little deeper and said, I've sat in the shadows for over 14 years, allowing the Kardashians to use my name, to abuse my name, make billions of dollars over a decade and a half, talking about a topic I've never really spoken about. Whew, that's he said they're not letting the world know that there's a bunch of sex tapes that we made, but they're not going anywhere because she has them all. Wow. This Now this is the part where it was like kind of hit close to the chest. He said, I felt suicidal because when you know something's real and it's true, and you're watching a whole family create an empire from a lie that they've created, it's heartbreaking and disrespectful to all the entertainers who have been honest and true to their craft. Okay. There is a lot to unpack there. So I'm gonna just go off the first. Oop, we good here? Looks like it was lagging. Let's get it back. Get it back. Hold on. Hold on. I feel like there's a lag on the YouTube. Let's let it give it a second to catch back up. Good. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna say it now. Like, and I believe Ray J. Off the rip. It makes total sense when he says it like that. He's never really spoken on it and tried to capitalize off of it. And when you go back and check the receipts on everything, it does kind of seem as if, you know, Kim Kardashian stood to benefit from that more in the time. Now this is crazy. Like, because the Kardashians, I've never been like a Kardashian hater. I know people hate Kardashians, and I get it. I'm not here to start that argument. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I'm not gonna sit here and be a Kardashian, I've always kind of been like, yo, they've created an empire. They've made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And for all intents and purposes, Kim never came off as like a bad wife to me. To Kanye, seems like she tried her best to, make that situation work. That's just my personal vantage point from what I saw. Side note, before I keep going, YouTube, we have 47 people in here. We got 8 likes. Let's come on now. Let's at least get that to 35. Somebody said he messed up their plans. They was going to say he leaked another one. This is all getting kind of messy. And I believe that Kris Jenner kind of came out and said that, because he was basically saying that Kris Jenner, masterminded this whole thing. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? To a year, 15 years later, for him to come out and be like, nah, this is all fake. And that shows, but kind of, to me, it shows the strength and resiliency of a Ray J, because to have your name kind of dragged for years and you don't say anything, that's got to be applauded somewhat. So at this point, I don't know where this is gonna go, because now this is just starting to get a little bit messy. He even started like releasing inboxes, like DMs with her. Somebody keeps saying you 36. Okay, I seen it. I know the quote. We're talking about this right now, though. Thank you, though. So yeah, I think that this is not over with. I think it may just be getting started. I think it's a lot of different layers. Somebody said, well, it did catapult him too. Did that catapult Ray J? I don't know that it did. I feel like Ray J's ascension, for him being like, I feel like that came later for him, when he got more into the reality TV stuff, and then the creating stuff, and he's definitely getting his money. I don't know if that back at that time took him, because I don't know that he ever really achieved superstar status with the entertainment stuff. I think the stuff that he created was more on his own. From my perspective, somebody said, "Man, he benefited from this, regardless if he wants to admit it or not. It gave him relevancy, so let's not treat him like a victim." Okay, but see, I think that I don't know that he's saying that it didn't help him. I don't think that that's what he's saying. I think that he's saying, y'all know that we planned this shit behind the scenes. Why are y'all making it seem like I'm the bad person out in this? So I don't know, because in what he's saying, he's not necessarily saying, he's not saying like, I never want, like, no, he's just saying like, this was the truth the whole time. This was a plan. This was orchestrated. You see what I'm saying? So I think somebody said he had a song called Hit It First, Try to Profit. Plus, he's probably coming out now because he has either matured and has a conscience, or maybe he's praying. No, I think that he's coming out now because he's kind of sick of the narrative and how it's kind of. I don't think that he got. I don't think it went the way that he wanted it to go. And for the betterment of all these years, he's kind of looked at as the person that did it. And he's like, I didn't do this shit. We all did this shit. Everybody eat their piece of the burrito is what I feel like he is saying. So, and I don't know. I feel like, but from what I'm hearing now, there's more sex tapes. That's another thing he said. He said there's more tapes, and she has them. I think that's what. So think you got to like listen to the wording of the things that people say. Let's run them likes up, please. YouTube, run them likes up. Listen to the impact of what it is that he said. The man said there's more tapes. She has them. So when he says there's more tapes, she has them, then that makes Kim look like a liar when she's on her show applauding Kanye for getting the second tape back for her. Why would she need to get a tape back from Kanye to save it from getting out if she has a stash full of other ones? You know what I'm saying? It really starts to look like the whole thing is planned. But this is who I think planned it. I believe Kris Jenner is the mastermind behind this. I think she's very calculated in the things that she does. You know what I'm saying? And what has come out and how they've built their empire. So I think she's probably had the most hand in this. And there's everybody, and she might just be sitting back now like, oh shit, this is blowing up in my face. So I don't know. I think my biggest thing is just be who you are. At the end of the day, like who cares? Like, okay, so let's just kind of take it. If it is the way that so if what Kim is saying is to be taken as a truth, and we're gonna say, okay, there's a tape out, it got made, you don't want it out. At this point, I would just be like, look, you already got the other one out. People have already seen that. So if you did feel like that, be like, whatever. Just put like, of course you want to protect your kids from it, but there's a bunch of, you can go watch the old tape now. So that's how I feel if she's telling the truth. Now, if Ray J is telling the truth, which I do believe, I totally get why he's saying what he's saying. He's basically saying like, yo, keep my name out of this shit. And people say he's probably mature. Yeah, he has kids now. He didn't have kids back in the day when this shit was happening. He was young doing this thing. And I think I just believe, like, I have a tendency to believe people that, I don't know. I don't know why I believe Ray J. It's not just the fact that he's a guy and I'm taking the guy's side. No. I just feel like, given the circumstances of how this has gone down, I just agree with Ray J. It just seems, because Ray J don't be bothering nobody. Ray J's not really like a hype beast. He's not really like, he be staying out of shit for the most part. And he be asking people to keep him out of shit. You got to understand, like, him, he's been in the spotlight, the majority of his life. His sister was famous at 15, 16 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, he's seen this industry. He's seen the dark side of it. You know what I'm saying? He's gone through some shit. And I think now he's at a space in his life where he just wants some peace. He wants to raise his kids, and he just wants to just live his life. And he just don't like constantly being dragged into this shit, because it was being made to seem like he was trying to extort motherfuckers over this tape. And he's like, nah, like, bitch, we got tapes. There are more tapes than this. So stop making it seem like I'm trying to extort you over a tape. You have all the other tapes.
They said this is Whack 100 who orchestrated the whole situation. That is the first place that I heard it. I ain't gonna lie. I just, I just, you know, sometimes the things that we do, they keep up with us. You know, they catch up with us. Let this be a cautionary tale when you're making sex tapes. Okay, they don't always go away. And I know that, we all, trust me, I'm like one of the main people. We all want to make our own little videos and watch them. Just understand that you're living in a world where the tape may get out. Do you see what I'm saying? And then it might be a up in the air about who put it out and what were the intentions of it. And you ain't even got to be a celebrity to do that. Motherfucker, fuck around, just put that in a group text and be like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, or on social media. So you have to be cautious. And when you get on tape, let me ask y'all this before we move on to the second Kim Kardashian thing. Has anybody ever had a situation go bad about a sex tape that you made? Like, have any of you made a tape and then it was just like some shit just went left? Has anybody ever had that situation? Luckily, I haven't had any situations, so I'm cool. Somebody said all my movies POV, hilarious. Anybody had anything crazy go on? Like anybody like post a video? Somebody said I delete mine. The crazy thing is I deleted mine, what I'm saying, back in the day. Just because I was just like, I don't know. Just something about it was just like, I don't know if this should, I don't know. Somebody said, nah, the cloud is a safe space. I don't know. I've seen things. Somebody said I get rid of it on my Android. Hilarious. I don't know, man. Just be careful when you're out there. Things can go wrong. Somebody said they don't want to take the risk of any leakage. Yeah. You don't want your business out there. You don't want people to see how you be getting down and dirty in the trenches. That might not be how you want the world to see. So, okay, yeah, that's that. So we'll just, leave that there. Now on to the more ridiculous. Oh, and Kris Jenner definitely said that she did not negotiate the sex tape deal. But people say this doesn't mean Ray J's lying. So I don't know, just a lot of stuff with that. But hold on, let me go to the second part about Kim Kardashian. Let me see this. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, now this is another reason that people are coming for Kim Kardashian. Okay, so she made some comments about when she was on the Met Gala, right? So if you guys don't know what the Met Gala is, it's like this whole like fashion thing, and people go and like wear a little different stuff, right? And Kim Kardashian was there, and she was looking pretty Seville, to keep it least. This is what she said. So basically, she had got on the red carpet, and they were asking her, about, oh my God, you look great. How'd you lose weight? Because it was a noticeable weight loss. Okay. And let me just kind of read back the comments what people said. They said to walk on the red carpet and do an interview where you say how starving you are because you haven't eaten carbs in the last month, all to fit in a dress. So wrong on so many levels. To openly admit to starving yourself for the sake of the Met Gala when you know very well that millions of young men and women are looking up to you and listening to your every word. The ignorance is otherworldly and disgusting. Please stop supporting these stupid, harmful celebrities whose entire images revolve around their bodies. Ooh. Okay, how do we feel about that? I'm mixed this. I'm mixed about this, seriously. Okay, so as a person who has struggled with his weight his entire life, let's get that straight. Never had, maybe there's been small pockets of my life where, no, because even when I lost weight and got down to it, I felt like it was a struggle to keep it off. I personally get it. I've had to go on some crash out diets to lose some weight sometimes for different things. Is she wrong for admitting it? Because I think on certain levels, all of us have done this. at least once a week. If you could be getting married, you could, have a big event, and you just kind of, just say, hey, I got high school reunion, whatever you could have gone with. So this is my question. Is she wrong for being honest and just saying what it is? Because I think all of us, and I'm gonna just throw myself out. I'll be the first log to throw myself in the campfire. I feel like all of us have done that. At least, okay, I'm gonna say this. This is just on the simple level, right? My daughter's going to senior ball this weekend. Shout out to Kiara, right? Got her dress. You know what I'm saying? When got her dress, when had to go get it tailored so it, to a fit. My daughter said this very simply and plainly. She's like, Dad, I gotta be watching what I eat this week. I want my dress to fit right. My 16-year-old said this. Now I never now mind you, I'm raising my daughter. I raised her full time. You see what I'm saying? I'm a full-time daddy. I ain't never came to my daughter, and said, you need to. I've never come to that. Like, Kiara is really not super into TV and celebrities. She's really not even into social media. So, but she just in her mind was just like, I got a thing coming up and I want my dress to look right. So, and she didn't say nothing crazy like, I'm not going to eat carbs or I'm going to stop. She just said, I'm going to be, eating a little bit more sensibly before my problem. Now, does that make that unhealthy? And my kid's 16. And, she wasn't doing nothing crazy this weekend. This whole week when she was eating, we both made salads together last night. Kiara is she's a lot better than me. In how she approaches things. You know what I'm saying? But I guess my question is Kim wrong for telling people the truth and just being like, hey, yeah, I ain't had no carbs in a month. To be honest, I love the dedication. I tried to go with no carbs yesterday. That didn't work. So damn, 30 days, I'm trying to get out in 2 days. And when you say no to carbs, saying no to carbs is hard. But they came for her. Then her now this was the interesting part. Her trainer, who trains her, it was a 16-pound weight loss that she had over that month. He says she did it by the book. Let's hear his thoughts on the matter. Hold on one second. Everybody does it.
Grab one of these brioche buns.
Hold on one second.
Good. Pretty sure it's pronounced brioche. It's French.
Okay, I'm about to bring this up. There's an ad on there. I don't listen. I'm not with her on the sex tape thing, but on the no carb thing, I get it. Okay, here we go. This is what a trainer said.
People on the internet are pissed about Kim losing 16 pounds in 3 weeks for the Met Gala to fit in her dress. You trained Kim. Did you train Kim for? You did.
Yeah.
Lily Reinhart come out and said what she did was ignorant and disgusting.
What was so ignorant about it?
Basically, she went on the red carpet saying that she was starving, that she hadn't, to fit into a dress. And she says for people that look up to Kim.
No, I think one of the misconceptions people have about Kim is she works really hard.
Yeah.
Right. So I was there through the process, so it wasn't like a starving yourself type of thing. I mean, she's been on a rare balanced diet, and at times, she wouldn't eat as much. But then the second thing was she went in the gym and put the work in. So
was there anything about her losing that weight that was unhealthy?
Not at all. Not from my end, from what I saw. I mean,
yeah,
we were working out sometime twice a day. So
as a fitness instructor, is it possible? It's possible to lose 16 pounds in a healthy way.
It's 16. Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's possible to lose 20 pounds in a healthy way.
It is. What do you say to Lily Reinhart that's saying that this is so disgusting and so ignorant?
Come down and see the Matrix.
Okay, so that's what her trainer said. Her trainer said, look, that ain't that bad. She cut some carbs for 3 weeks and she lost 16 pounds. And she worked out twice a day. That's what I don't think people understand. When you're wealthy like that, and you can kind of live the way that you want to live, she doesn't have a 9-to-5 job. She can she's the boss. She can do what she wants to do. You see what I'm saying? And she can work out twice a day. You know what I'm saying? She could probably get a chef to make some fire, no carb meals. You know what I'm saying? Look at somebody. Victoria just said, I'm back doing keto so I can get cute for the summer. So I get it. Hey, we all do that. I'm on my weight loss journey now. Sometimes I get frustrated because I'm like, man, I got it. Because like none of my clothes fit. That's why I was just like, what am I, bloated or whatever? Like, do I need to go 3 weeks with no carbs so I can fit some of these pants? Somebody said, I stopped eating sugar and bread for 3 weeks and lost 7 pounds. That's what I'm saying. We all do this. So this leads me to my next question. So I knew it. Okay, let me see, because Mila Manifest got some good thoughts over here. She says, they're in the spotlight, so it's almost required of them to maintain their image. The average person isn't held to that same standard. Okay. Imagine how people would clown Kim if she decided to let herself go and gain a lot of weight. Her image and money are why we know her, so why fault her for it? I could not have said that any better. This woman is damn near like a model. Like, she's very attractive. If she gets big and she gains 30 pounds, everyone will talk shit and shame her. So I feel like I think the people that are mad here are the people that aren't disciplined enough to do that. Because 16 pounds in 3 weeks, it ain't that serious. Because this is what I do know. Every time I start working out, this is a fact. And maybe it could be because I'm a guy, or maybe it could be because of whatever. Every time I start working out, the first 2 weeks, I drop fast. You can ask anybody that knows me. Like the first 2 weeks, I fuck around, drop like 20. And it don't even be me doing nothing super crazy. It just could be that whatever I was doing before then was just wild. Like if you eating a bunch of carbs, or if you just eating bad, and like people don't understand, like if you're eating, let me break down to you what I do know about fitness and eating, okay? Just a little bit. Because obviously I'm not the what's the word? I'm not the authority, but I've been up and down in weight enough to know this. If you eat salty foods or fried foods, okay? If you eat salty foods or fried foods, what salt does, salt makes you retain water, which in turn gives you the term of what they call water weight, okay? Soon as you start working out, you know what I'm saying, your body releases that water weight. So 16 pounds, like 10 of that could have been water weight. So I get it. I don't feel like this was a overly, now they would have said something like 40 pounds in 2 weeks. I'd be like, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? But really, it just depends on how big you are. Because somebody that's 500 pounds probably could lose 40 pounds in 2 weeks. It's just your body. I don't know. It's just like your body adjusting to what you're doing to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people. So no, I don't fault Kim for that. I ain't fucking with her on the sex tape shit. I'm like, you and your mama looking funny in the light. But for anybody getting mad at her about losing 16 pounds in 3 weeks, shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. You mad because you ain't got the discipline to put down them honey buns and ho-hos for 3 weeks. Because I promise if most people cut sugar and if they just cut bread and sugar for 3 weeks, you would lose some weight. Don't be mad that she did it. Don't be mad that she dropped that shit. Don't be mad that she looked good in the dress. That's what I be telling people. Like, let's just not hate just to be hating. We're not gonna do that. But this is what I want to ask y'all. What's the craziest thing y'all have done to lose some weight? What's the craziest thing you've done to lose some weight? And what were you trying to lose weight for? I have always been trying to lose weight for everything. Let's just start there. I've gone on liquid diets. I tried the Beyonce diet, where you just drink a nasty drink. Damn near felt like I was finna faint. I've tried every diet I've tried. I've just tried to just starve myself. I'm just not gonna eat. If I'm not gonna eat, then I'm not, gonna gain weight, or I'll have to lose weight. But this is what I can say. Trying to lose weight, this is one thing that I can tell you I have learned to be true. When you try to lose weight super duper fast, for some reason it never stays off. It never stays off. I'm just being honest. So even if she did drop that 16 pounds, unless she plans on not eating no carbs, trust me, something's gonna happen after that Met Gala is over. Now, this is one thing I can tell you to be true. You see what I'm saying? After the Met Gala, and then she's just chilling, and then she just goes and kick it, said, okay, the Met Gala's over. I'm doing me. And then you just go eat. Just how it's very possible you could lose 16 pounds in 3 weeks. I've seen motherfuckers gain 16. I've gained 16 pounds like in less than a week. I literally have a video on my YouTube of a couple years ago when I gained 16 pounds in a week, and I was so fucking confused. Where somebody said, wait, hold on, I want to read some of these things. Slim Fast, worst decision ever. I'm telling you, Slim Fast be on some bullshit. Hold on a second. Somebody said they have a prescription pill that suppresses my appetite. I used to do that too. I'm not gonna lie. And then they would give you the shot with the B12. Somebody said, Gorilla Nation TV said, I started doing laps around the house the day before I started high school. I don't know if you heard me say that before, but I literally did that the day before I started middle school. It was the most ridiculous thing in my life. I was in my living room running laps in the in the living room, hoping that I could lose weight before we started. Like that's the thing. When you're fat and young, like you start trying shit early. I remember this was before they had made the little sweat bags. I used to literally get a trash bag and go out and run. Like hold on. Somebody said when I was in the military, I ate nothing but hot wings for 3 weeks. I went from 208 to 185. Whoa, did y'all hear that? That's 23 pounds. And that's on a smaller frame. But how did you do that eating hot wings, nigga? Sign me up. Wait. We're not just going to scooch past what Just Stumbling Clark just said. Just Stumbling Clark just said, when I was in the military, I ate nothing but hot wings for 3 weeks. Okay, I'm starting the hot wing diet tomorrow. Fuck out of here, nigga. The fuck? Nigga, you ate hot wings for 3 weeks? No carbs, you're right. Damn. Somebody said, never heard you say that. Just been a fat boy my whole life. That's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. Hot wings. Hot wings? Hey. Fuck the 21 dough challenge. Y'all want to just eat hot wings for 3 weeks to see what happens? Somebody said key word was military. Military people are wired differently. They got a different level of dedication. There's this dude named David Goggins. He talks about David Goggins. If you look him up, he talks about losing 100 pounds in less than 3 months. So, unbreaded hot wings. Damn. I didn't purposely try to lose somebody. Okay, Nick Jones said, I didn't purposely try to lose weight, but every time I get the flu, I know I'm about to drop mad weight. Oh, niggas, hey, when you're a fat nigga, when you get sick, you just be like, oh, okay, cool. It's going to be a cool 10, 15. Hey, we're going to fuck around and start a hot wing challenge. Nigga, if I just eat hot wings and celery, I know I can throw the celery. This hot wings? No, but see, this is making my point. When you try to lose, somebody said, what happened to me at ADD? What do you mean? Why don't you go on YouTube and look at the last episode of Roast Me? I'm on it. Or look at the Roast This podcast. I'm on it. Nothing happened with us. We great. We working. Yeah, 100 pounds in 3 months is kind of crazy. Anybody else got any crazy things that they've done? Somebody said, Cindy Holloway said, don't tip me. I love hot wings. Nigga, I could eat hot wings for 3 weeks. Hot wings is fine. But I see, that's the thing though. I don't believe that trying to lose it too fat, it never works. It never works. No, now good health equals wealth just said this. And let's dispel this. They just said go raw vegan. Nigga, no. Most people, and I might shock some people by saying this, most people that I know that become vegans get bigger. Chris White said, I lost 30 pounds in 4 weeks. Are y'all serious? I lost 75 pounds in 6.5 months. That's Deanna Holmes, 472, size 22 down to 9. Pilates. Now that sounds, and 6 months is a good amount of time to do that. Nah, the raw vegan, listen, I don't be on that. Listen, I've tried to do the vegan thing. It's just a little frustrating. Somebody said, okay, the one and only said the lie on how being vegan makes you big. I don't think that's a lie. It's just what I've seen. DJ said there's so much processed vegan food out there. Not only is it expensive, but it's horrible for you. These are facts. I think it's the same way. This is what I like in veganism too. I like him vegan as far as weight loss goes. Remember back in the day when people just used to say, don't eat fat. You got to be fat free, fat free, fat free, fat free. And then motherfuckers was getting huge anyway. I think it's the same way with vegan. They're like, don't eat meat. I don't feel like meat makes you fat. Because every time people try to lose weight, they cut out the carbs. And carbs are the most shit that you eat when you're doing the vegan thing. Listen, I got nothing against people that are vegan. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing that I like, to do. And I like to eat meat, and I like to I don't like to do heavy carbs, and I know it's to each his own. Somebody said, Lottie Morris Malo said, beers and fries are vegan, so it's a certain thing. Shout out to my homeboy Dante Chang. He said when he went vegan, he was just eating French fries all the time, and he gained weight. Just Thumbelina Clark said Oreos and vegan fries are vegan. Yeah, but that's the thing. You can eat as many Oreos as you want. You can knock back a sleeve of Oreos and be in alignment with a vegan lifestyle. So that's that. So, okay, I think we've had enough Kim Kardashian. She lost the weight. It's up to you whether you think that's unhealthy. But absent-minded professor said, I'm at the F it, I'm fat stage. I think I might be there with you. I mean, I am on this fitness trail, and I'm gonna get down to my goal weight because I just have to. But I have 2 weeks ago was just like, man, I'm gonna just be fat. Fuck it. Love me for me. If you can't love me at my lowest point, you don't deserve me at my highest point. You ever do that shit? You ever go on a diet and everybody has your back when you first start, and then they see you with like a hamburger or a cookie, and they be like, well, I thought you were on a diet. Shut up, get out of my business. And then you just lose motivation. You be like, man, motherfuckers don't want to fuck with me when I'm fat. You wasn't really my friend in the first place to begin with. Oh, I keep calling him Just Thumbelina. It's Just Humble Me. I think Just Thumbelina sounds better. Shout out to the YouTube, man. We got 62 of the YouTube. We got 23 in the Insta. So we got about 85 people. Hey. All right, let's move it on right along. I like the flow of this show today. I made some adjustments because the donation told me what they like. Rodney Perry in here. He says you look great. Thank you, big bro. Shout out to Rodney Perry. I'm going to get that man his flowers. I met Rodney Perry when I was first doing comedy in Sacramento. And every time I met him, I was very, very brand new, but he always told me a lot of game. I appreciate that. And he told me something that made me kind of change how I thought about things. Because I had came out with a comedy album when I was in Sacramento called Fat, Broken, Happy. He was like, yo, Doe, you funny, but watch how you talk about yourself. Them words are powerful. He barely knew me, and he said that, and that changed my life and the things that I said. So shout out to my brother, Rodney Perry. Okay, what we got going on next? What we got? And Rodney is a beast. He's hilarious. One of the funniest dudes. If y'all not following him, follow him now. Immediately. Rodney Perry Live on Instagram. Let's move it on. Okay, so we talked about Kim. We talked about Ray J and sex tape. We talked about all that. Now let's talk about, there's more details coming out about the Dave Chappelle attack. Okay? Let's get into it. First of all, okay, and this is just in true nigga status. The individual that attacked Dave Chappelle had dropped a rap song about him years ago, back in 2020. So apparently the individual that attacked him. Okay, how do I say this right? Because I know if you say it the wrong way. Okay, the person that attacked him had issues with what Dave had said about the trans community, right? So he had made a diss song about Dave Chappelle. I was like, really? Nigga, you was rapping about this nigga? And the song was called Dave Chappelle. If you look it up, it's a whole thing. The nigga had a whole song about Dave Chappelle. I don't know if I pulled it up. Hold on a second. I'll tell you guys if you want to go. I was trying to find the actual audio, but then I was like, no, that's probably what this nigga wants. I'm not going to go give this nigga. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell y'all where to go find that shit. We're not going to pump his. I'm not going to promote this nigga's music. The hell? But hold on a second. I will, however. Okay. So let's talk about this. So more information came out, right? Jay Morris, Morning Family. All right, so now we're talking about the Dave Chappelle situation the other day, because more facts are coming to light. The individual that attacked him got a felony because not only did he attack him on stage, but he had a deadly weapon. He had a replica gun. The gun was fake, but it had a knife attached to it. This shit wasn't this isn't funny at all, because motherfucker ran out there on this man with a blade. So that could have just spilled out extra. So now that we're knowing that, and we're understanding who came to his defense. Jamie Foxx was apparently in the mix. Busta Rhymes. Now, this individual should not have rushed Dave Chappelle at all, but that's a classic ass woman that you could always tell people. That's a great conversation starter. Be like, yeah, so the time I got stomped out by Dave, Jamie, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If nothing else, you're going to have that story. Like, hey, man, I'll never forget. 2022, I had just had enough. And I got jumped, you know what I'm saying? It was Jamie Foxx, it was Busta Rhymes, it was Dave Chappelle, it was Mos Def. It was the most talented feet in the earth whooping my ass. I deserve that. So now, like, we're starting to see the aftermath of it. You know what I'm saying? The Laugh Factory is up in security, and this is what I said. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is gonna change some things. And also the individual that and I'm not saying this person's name and stuff on purpose. I'm not gonna give a person no extra clout, because I feel like this was a clout move, and so I'm not going, even though I got the humble 69 over here and the humble 20 over here, you ain't finna get clouted up with Doughboy. So I don't know. Wait, I just lost my damn thought. So okay, so no. This was slightly indirectly related to Will Smith, because when Will Smith slapped Chris, the individual that we're talking about that attacked Dave yesterday or 2 days ago, he had tweeted. He tweeted when Will Smith slapped him, and he said, "Dave Chappelle, you're next." So people, Michelle, what up? I'm gonna make that video today. I'm sorry, I had a lot of things going on yesterday. Shout out Michelle, people in the good shout out to Michelle over at Left Right Entertainment, my management team. So Will Smith was indirectly a catalyst. And not like, I don't feel like you can say because he did it, it happened on the next level, but it does start the trend of there was a violent act at a public place in front of everybody, and there was no real repercussions. You see what I'm saying? And then when you do that, it just starts to make people be like, oh, well, I mean, I still don't understand how this individual was able to climb and maneuver to get on stage. But the more I was talking about to people and like talking about like Hollywood Bowl and stuff, I was like, how did this even happen? They're just like, yo, comedy shows are just really, really lax. And you can do that. Like, they just don't secure it like that because it's never a threat. I was like, but something as big as the Hollywood Bowl, they was just like, no. Because still to this day, it's just like, damn, like the Grammys, and then this is like, you don't think there should be some security? If nothing else, so people can't get on stage? What up, Zylo? So yeah, Will Smith is getting the, he just try to just be quiet and hope everything just roll over. But niggas is like, nah, you the reason. So yeah, man. So yeah, the more details are coming out about the Dave Chappelle attack. In all honesty, the individual that did it probably not gonna get a ton of jail time. I mean, just because, well, I don't know, because you did rush somebody and you had a knife, and they might need to make an example. Like, yeah, this motherfucker might get some time, because sometimes they gotta just, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I kind of came up. Like how sometimes you gotta like have a demonstration for people. Zylo said, "What you doing if that's you on stage and a crazy fan hit the stage, trying to Goldberg me out on a stool?" It really just depends, to be honest. Because honestly, and I'm gonna say this is about me personally. Anybody that knows me and knows my temperament would agree with this. I usually be pretty cool in intense situations. I haven't been in a fight since I was 19. You know what I mean? So when things kind of get, and I'm big, I can defend myself. So, unless it's just a situation where I just feel like I can usually diffuse situations, but if somebody's on their way to the stage, I'm probably just looking to get them and just disarm them, and you know what I mean? Well, not disarm them, but just kind of. But I don't know if motherfucker come with a knife. If a nigga come up, okay, I came from the streets, so if a motherfucker comes to me with a knife and I can see the knife, I'm running, because you run from a knife and you charge a gun. So if I see the knife, I'm jetting. I ain't even doing that. But if I just see an individual coming to the stage and I know it's for physical confrontation, the closer they get, I'm probably gonna be able to gauge the situation, and then sometimes just fight or flight. Sometimes you just gonna have to get off first. But I just believe that I feel like one of the safe places for entertainment to be is being threatened. But you know what I'm saying? Just because now they're gonna start having to up security, they're gonna have to start, patting people down, and it just shouldn't be like that at comedy clubs. It just shouldn't. That's where you're going to laugh. Like if you want to go do all the other stuff, you know what I mean? I get it, but the comedy clubs should just be like that safe haven. But churches used to be the safe haven, and people start shooting up churches. So I guess, there's just no safe spot. So Ocean, what it do, my boy? Yeah, man, we just doing the morning show. So for people just joining, so far what we've talked about Ray J speaking out, saying, "Hey, this has been a setup from the beginning." And so he's sick of being attacked about these tapes and people trying to suggest that he's being an extorter. He's like, nah, we made these tapes and you got the rest of them. So we started off there. Then we talked about Kim Kardashian getting attacked because she lost 16 pounds in 3 weeks, and she was on the Met Gala carpet talking about, hey, I didn't eat no carbs for 3 weeks. People were like, wait, would you say that? What about the children? I bet everybody that was mad that she said that was fat. I don't feel like no fit people were saying it. I don't feel like nobody with abs had a problem with that. Whoever said it was huge. I just believe that. And then the last thing that we just talked about recently was the Dave Chappelle attack, and how the individual that hopped on stage got probably the most talented ass whooping ever. You got beat up by some goats. Got your ass beat by Dave Chappelle, by Jamie Foxx. Shit, nigga. I might take that chance just to give Jamie my demo. Like, all right, man, yeah, all right, you got me. Take this, man. Nah, man. And I just show how Jamie's a real nigga. I'm a huge Jamie Foxx fan. I've always been. And he was the first nigga out there fighting. You know what? It also gave me, and I don't think none of us are looking into this too, what we saw at the Hollywood Bowl with Dave Chappelle could have easily been what we saw at the Grammys with Will Smith, because from what I understand, all Chris Rock's people was in there with him. They could have all hopped up and packed Will's ass out live on TV. All his niggas was in the building. So that makes me have even more respect for Chris Rock and the way he handled it, because he had goons in the building and he still didn't do nothing. So shout out, I've always been on the side of, even though, with the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing, I always took the side of Chris. Well, not really taking sides, but I always admired Chris, because that takes a lot of strength, man. Like, to not do something when somebody assaults you, slaps you, like, that's the epitome of disrespect. That's damn near on the line, just spitting on somebody. But to be able to just humble yourself and just be like, I'm not gonna react the way I'm supposed to, that's just mental toughness. That's mental toughness. All right, let me see what happens. Okay, Xylo said, how do you feel about Kim Kardashian wearing Marilyn Monroe dress to the Met Gala? She said she wore a piece of history that's worth $10 million, and she pissed off so many historians. I don't know, because I don't think I know enough about fashion to know if that's disrespectful. I mean, $10 million for a dress. So I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that. I think you might have to ask a nigga that's more into It was the Oscars, not the Grammy. You know what the hell I meant? The award show, nigga. I always get those two mixed up. The Oscars. I don't know, Zylo. I don't know if people should feel outraged. I don't know enough about fashion. Like I'm not gonna lie. I seen some stuff at the Met Gala. Those clothes don't look good. I wouldn't want to wear the stuff that the guys are wearing, and I wouldn't want my woman to wear the stuff that the girls are wearing. It just those clothes don't look cool to me. And maybe I'm just not fashionably hip or whatever. Okay, I have some other things that I want to talk about here, right? And we're gonna talk about this. I definitely want to talk some sports stuff because we're about to hit an hour in. But there is a conversation we must have about men and women, about something that I heard a woman say on Twitter. And listen. I'm just going to say this. Okay. I have to word this carefully because we're going to mess around and start a world war between men and women in this right now. And hey, so I'm going to say what I truly feel on this. And I need to hear how you guys feel from this because when I heard this, I actually said this when with the Jada and Will stuff because I was just like, women are impossible to please. Because in my mind, I'm like, here's a woman who has Will Smith. You can arguably make an argument. That's at least from the surface level, one of the most amazing people. You know, he's got a 6-pack. He's got, money. He's a movie star, and his wife Jada seems to be so annoyed with him all the time. She seems to always want to embarrass him. So I was already thinking this back then. But this statement from this woman made me really be like, man, some of these women are impossible. Women are impossible. Because I be hearing women say stuff all the time like, you got to make a certain amount of money. I heard a woman say recently, if you make $100,000 a year, it's not enough. All these other things that you got to understand, like, okay, I'm just gonna play what she said, and then we're gonna unpack it. Okay, I want to hear what the women have to say about this, and I want to hear what the men have to say about this, because this was the most wild shit I heard. Hear what she said. Okay, and I'm gonna play the whole clip. It's about 1 minute and 27 seconds. Here we go.
You say you can't deal with a guy that got a job?
Do you have a job, Jay?
Yes.
Okay, why can't I deal with you? The reason
Hold
why
on. Hold on.
You say you can't deal with a guy that got a job?
Do you have a job, Jay?
Yes.
Okay, why can't I deal with you? The reason why I cannot deal.
She said it as like it was like.
Okay, let's just stop for a second so I can let you guys start to group your thoughts together. She said, if you have a job, I can't deal with you. She said, if you as a man have a job, I can't deal with you. I'm going to play the rest of this because the bullshit kept going.
Like an option.
No, it's not an option, and that's what I was going to say. With respect to your girlfriend, that's not what
she's not going to take it personally.
Yeah,
she
no,
I
can't take anybody that got a job either. That's why I said I
Why
don't
not,
want
though?
nobody with a job because
we want to go to Jamaica to see your girl's family, and you
And-
can't because
and
you
it's
got to
not-
go to your.
when it
But
comes,
you can't tell them like, oh, I gotta go to Jamaica tomorrow. Like
I
you
don't
gotta,
have to.
no, but when it
so
comes
you could just
to-
leave your job
I mean,
anytime. Like right, like you told us we had to push the time back because you didn't get off work till a certain time. Like that
Yeah.
already is like a hassle.
okay.
No, but
That's a red flag.
for me, no,
Not a red
it's
flag.
not a red flag. But for me personally, because I know when a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't date a man with a job," a lot of people on the internet take it to offense. But me,
Mhm.
Destiny, cannot date a man with a job. One, because I'm very spontaneous, and I need. Wait, Jay, before you get to leaning back and breaking the chair. What I'm saying is, and I also need a man to understand where I'm at in the moment that I'm at. Like, I probably will have a week where I work so much, and then I have a week where I don't work at all. You get what I'm saying? So as an entrepreneur, it's like it's very up and down, and I just want somebody to understand the mental state that I'm in. Sometimes I get really, really depressed because I always have to show up for people.
Mhm.
So then I'd be like, I want a man to be there to comfort me during that moment. I just feel like
So you want a maid too?
I don't want a maid. I want a man.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's Are we living in the same place? What the fuck are we doing now? What the okay. She doesn't look that young. I mean, she looks like she's maybe in her late 20s, early 30s. Somebody says Chris White says she makes valid points, bruh. I literally have to wait for an approval email. Okay. Gorilla Nation TV said, I'm from Michigan. I have never run into those type. Women here love a brother with a job. Listen, man, I feel like we are fucking up the world. Okay, and can I just say this? And I'm going to have to say this, and it may come at the people might think I'm wrong for saying this. I don't give a fuck. One, there's so many ways that I want to say this, and I just don't want to say it the wrong way, but I fucking couldn't disagree with this lady anymore. I feel like it's shit like that that fucks everything up. Okay, and this is a black woman, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, as a, you know, my heart breaks for the young brothers coming up right now, because in every space that, and I'm just talking about young black men right now, because this is black women, so I'm talking about black men. So this is black dating things like that I'm saying in my head, you know what I'm saying? Right now for this part of it. But you know, I've heard women of all races, but let's just keep it with what she said. I hate the plight of the young black man, because it kind of can, at every turn, you get made to feel like a sucker for having a job. Okay, like if you live in the hood, if you live in these disproportionate neighborhoods, like you come up, you listen to the music, you know, you'll hear Rick Ross say on a song, nigga, use a bitch, wear your Honda Accord, and be shitting on a nigga for having a Honda Accord. I'll never forget when Rick Ross said that. I love Rick Ross. He's still in my top 5, and I'm bumping this shit in a Honda Accord. I didn't have Rick Ross money at the time. Like, where rappers talk about throwing 30,000 in a strip club, you almost get made to seem like a goofy for having a job. So a lot of times you can get, you know, either not persuaded, but you can see the quick money and illegal shit, or, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. I think that it just sends the entire wrong precedent to young black males, right? Just young men in general. But now you have a woman saying, I can't date a guy with a 9 to 5. I feel like we are going, and this is the second thing that I'll say. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to stand on this. Everybody's not a fucking entrepreneur. I don't know when that became the thing. But if we keep living in a world where we think everybody, like every person is an entrepreneur, we're doomed. We're doomed. Somebody's going to have to be the boss and hire some people and delegate some people to do some things. So I just feel like this sends the entire wrong message. Yeah, somebody said that B. Simone said she couldn't date a 9 to 5 dude. I think I would understand that a little bit more, because, you know, she's a celebrity, she's a millionaire, and I guess, but I still think that that's flawed in thinking too, because I just feel like, I guess my biggest thing is, why do we shit on people with jobs? Why? Okay, hold on. High Times KG said, fam, there is nothing wrong with that. Find the person that's right for you. She'll find herself an entrepreneur like herself, or she won't. It's no biggie. No. That's not the point of what I'm saying. The point of what I'm saying is that's starting to be more and more the norm in society. More and more women are starting to say, well, yeah, I don't want a nigga with a 9 to 5 either. That becomes the issue. And I just don't understand why it is looked down upon to work a job. I genuinely don't understand that. And as a man, like, if you're out here trying to date, and then if you date, you know, predominantly black women, and you keep hearing shit like that, it's just like, well, what, I gotta start a business to date you? I just feel like, okay, let me read some of y'all, because a lot of y'all is making some comments. So let me see what y'all said. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so this, I can't read your handle, but he said, that was extremely confusing. She wants a man, but for what reason? To only comfort her? Does that mean if her man is an entrepreneur, he has to work for himself? She's going to kick him to the curb? I like that. Good point. Somebody said that's putting him on a pedestal. Absolutely. How is she paying for these trips if she doesn't have a job? Exactly. Somebody said this is her personal opinion. No, I can never be mad at somebody's personal opinion. That's your right. I have my personal opinion on things. I just genuinely don't understand it. I like that Mila Manifest. She said you can have a preference without downplaying the other. Ooh, I like DB. DB says she'll get cheated on. Women have CVS receipt long. Women have CVS receipt long list of things they require, but ask them what they bring to the table to think they even deserve that in silence. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Hold on. Tifinity One says there's much more freedom in entrepreneurship and no cap on earning potential. But is everybody gonna be? Is everybody gonna be an entrepreneur? I think her statement shit on niggas who have jobs. That's how I felt. So you mean they gotta have this to even try to talk? Like, where are we going? Like, why does all that shit even matter? Why can't it just be? I guess I don't understand. Like, I understand that people always have their list of things that they want and their list of things that they don't want. But when did it just become so? Like, I thought that okay, I'm 42. I'm old enough to remember a time where you would just meet women and just get at them and see what happens. You meet them, you take them on a date, find out if you like her, have some conversations. Now I just feel like there's so much shit that'll just block a chick down really quick from even talking to you, you know? And who knows? Like, you're talking about, I can't date a man with a 9-to-5. Maybe sometimes niggas got to start at the 9-to-5 to become the entrepreneurs. Every entrepreneur I know has had a 9-to-5 at some point. Well, most of them. So this just doesn't make sense to me. And I think that I feel like this generation coming up now, like these millennials, I want to say like this 2000 class of I just feel like, yo, it's, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Sierra A said, everybody cannot be a successful entrepreneur. That is not the way of the world. I keep saying that. Somebody said her argument was that her man has to be available to her at all times. But what about the man and what he wants? Where's the compromise? She said, we got to be able to just, when I want to go to Jamaica, we can just up and leave. Listen, I understand that that's a great goal to have, but I get exhausted with all of these prerequisites for love. Like, why can't love just be love? Is love not enough? Just Stumbling Clark, that's the name at this point. Just Stumbling said, I've done both, being self-employed. You make more money, but I had less time because everything depended on me. That's a fact. Motherfuckers don't understand. Nigga, if you got an entrepreneur, that nigga has to work way more than a fucking employee. Like, this shit doesn't even make any sense. There was a woman the other day said, if you make 100K, it's not enough for me. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, and I'm telling you, women do that shit, and then you ask for a nigga with all that money and all that entrepreneurship, and then you get mad when the nigga cheat on you. Because there's a bunch of women, the whole world want to fuck with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he got money. But they don't want him like that. They just want some money. They just get some money. So they'll throw themselves at niggas for money. And then that's the same woman that's gonna be sitting there mad when they, with a baby getting cheated on. I can't believe this. This is what you asked for. Deanna Holmes said, when did she say anything about his money? I thought she wanted a bum. No, she wanted an entrepreneur. Chase Dub said, it's such a far-fetched requirement because she busy too. She needed a retired veteran. That's what she said. She had a job too. Listen. I say it doesn't seem like she wants a lover. She sounds like she wants a life partner. What's the difference? Is there a difference between a lover and a life partner? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like there is a difference between a lover and a life partner. What's the difference? Can your lover be your life partner? Or do these have to be two separate entities? Mila Manifest said there will always be something you feel is greater than what you have. Like J. Cole said, love yours or learn to love them. There will always be something you feel is greater than what you have. I think I suffer from that. Donut, what it do? Oh, I was supposed to hit you. I'm gonna hit you today after I get off of this. Wow. Mila Manifest said there will always be something you feel is greater than what you have. Okay. I feel like I suffer from that sometimes. I can say that I do that. I think that's happened to me more than once. I've had some good shit and then thought something was better. Okay, let me see. NY Candy Cane, I like that name, says some men want their wife to be stay at home. Some women want the same. What works for others work for them. I just feel like as a woman, if you're going around and you're saying, I can't date a nigga with a job, you gotta be a boss. I just think that that's a flawed way of thinking. I think that you should go into it saying, I want a man that's gonna value me, respect me, you know what I'm saying, and treat me the right way that I deserve to be treated. You see what I'm saying? Because what you don't understand is that money can come and go. Like when I'm teaching my daughter, like, you know, what things that she's doing, like, you know, this is what I let my daughter know what she's bringing to the table. My daughter don't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, know your worth, know your value. And it's okay to have an expectation of things that you want. I just feel like coming off and just saying, nigga, if you got a job, we ain't trying to talk to you. I just feel like that's stupid. Like, I don't get that. All right, so Lottie Morris Mello said, my mom said maybe someone was better than my dad, but she decided to stop looking. But after 52 years, she said no one is better. Hey, I like that. You do have to be careful of what you ask for. I've ended relationships and then look back like, why did I do that? That was kind of stupid. Yeah, that approach is definitely different. Day 8806 said, I think people should focus on the people that have the right values if that's what they want. People will always talk crazy on social media. No, I'm starting to think that a lot of these young motherfuckers really think that because these young niggas don't want to get no jobs and these young women don't want them to have jobs. Nobody want to work. Everybody want to be a boss. Everybody want to just listen, man. I just want to say this to the hard-working laborers of America. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Nothing. I literally ran through jobs from the time I was 18 to the time I was 30, and then I had to get a couple more jobs in between 30 and now. Ain't no shame in that. When shit ever get, you know what I'm saying, spunky, I go get a job. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. That's my point. There's nothing wrong with a job, and we just need to address that. So all this 2022 way of thinking, everybody's a boss. I want it to be lit. No. I feel like it's seps. Day 8806 says, hold on one second. People in this generation are lost. Facts. My nigga Donut says, that's coming from a materialistic woman. No morals at all, be it work or management. You have to work to eat. Ooh, she gonna be hungry. You have to work to eat. That shit is in the Bible. You gotta work to eat. I see you. Let me read that back to what he said. That's coming from a materialistic woman with no morals at all. It will be work or management. You have to work to eat. Shit, she gonna be hungry. I believe that. Work begets work. We got to get out of the zone of and who said being an entrepreneur wasn't work? If anything, that's the harder work. That's the hardest work. And I get it. Once things blow up and they get to popping, then maybe you can, you know, you have a bunch of workers under you. You can, you know, but that takes so long. People spend their whole lives trying to build businesses. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard that shit is to get to a point where you could just be like, I could just take vacations whenever I want. Like, I'm self-employed. I don't be liking that shit like that. Sometimes I just wish that I could just go back to just, you know, getting that hot check every 2 weeks. But I've made the decision, and in my life, I'm so far into my profession. It's like, okay, well, this is what I do now. But is it easy? No. Is there months where it's like, nigga, where's this money coming from? Hell yeah. Have I lost opportunities? Fuck yeah. And it's hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? But my main point of it is people should stop work shaming people. Work shaming needs to stop. Because I see a lot of that. The rappers do it. The rappers be sitting there shitting on the people who buying their music. Hold on, I got some comments over here. Okay, High Times KG said, or it's 2022. We are in the internet gold rush. Making money and being entrepreneur is easier than it's ever been. But you're right. It's different strokes for different folks. No. I get it. There's a bunch of easy ways to make money. Everybody's an expert on everything. Hey, I'm not here to. There's different ways you can make money. But what I'm saying is, everybody is not an entrepreneur. If everybody is an entrepreneur, who will work? If I come up with an idea and I say, you know what, I'm gonna come up with a new chip, and we're gonna call them dozies, right? This imaginary. I go and call some chips. I come up with a recipe. I'm like, I want to do this. Now I got to go out and find individuals to help me execute my vision. I can't do everything by myself. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go out and get some employees. If everyone is an entrepreneur, how will I ever be able to hire an employee? So that's what I'm saying. Let's just stop shitting on people that do the other stuff, because that's what I think is happening, and that's the problem that I have with it, if you get me. It's like, I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to want to be into an entrepreneur. That's cool. So they have a more flexible schedule. Cool. I get that. But what I'm saying is, you want to go on vacation, right? Okay. So if you go on vacation, you're going to have a stewardess there on the plane. You're going to have, have people serving food at the restaurants you want to go to. You're going to have people renting you the jet skis. People have to work. And I just feel like the idea is starting to be, no, everybody can just be an entrepreneur. And I'm just like, nah, that's very dangerous thinking. Because if everybody's just sitting around thinking, you know what I mean? I come from an era where nigga, the trash man was celebrated. He was making good money. I know niggas that, drive trucks, make good money. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody came back with it. Because I asked, was there a difference between a lover and a life partner? Lover, unconditional affection, support, and support. Wait, lover is unconditional affection and support. Life partner, companionship without necessarily needing affection. A lover can be a life partner, but a life partner isn't always a lover. So which would you rather have? A lover or a life partner? I think at this point I want a life partner. But I want to be into, like, I'm ready to sit my ass down. The game has gotten enough for me. I'm done. I'm just like, I'm over. Let me just sit down. I can get out the way. All the crazy doughboy stories can stop. I'm good. I would rather have a life partner, but Gorilla Nation TV said robots about to be doing a lot of these old outdated jobs anyway, bro. The world is changing. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the dinosaur. Maybe it's me. But I just thought that was wild AF. And I thought that the fellas would way more have my back on this. Clearly, it's just me. I was wild the F out when I heard that. Like, yo, what is she talking about? You don't want no nigga with a job. How? And that's the irony about it. Being an entrepreneur is still having a job. It's just you're at the top of it. But I digress. Okay, we can keep going. We got about 40 more minutes left. It's the third episode of the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. We're going to have some guests next week. Let's talk basketball. Tifinity One said, I walked into an Amazon Go store and was mind blown. I keep hearing about that. I keep hearing about how, so maybe I am wrong. Because these machines are taking a lot of jobs. So I think with the Amazon Go store, now I haven't been there, but from what I understand, you can go in there. You really don't have to talk to nobody. You put your groceries in the basket. It calculates it all, and then you charges your card, and you just walk out. So that means you don't need nobody to bag your groceries. You don't need nobody to ring you up, and you know where everything is. So what's the point of having anybody in the store for? But yeah. So how about this? Two things can be true. One is that the world is changing, and a lot of the old jobs will no longer be available. So we all need to maybe pivot and look for different jobs or whatever. And that's one thing. And then number two, let's stop work shaming people. For people that still work jobs that are regular jobs, let's stop work shaming people. I'm not with that at all. We're gonna go to sports in a second, but somebody said it doesn't seem like she wants a man with a business either. She wants a man slave. I don't know what the hell she wants. Okay. All right. What else we say? Just Thumbelina said, being self-employed, you have multiple jobs. Whereas being employed only for one job, I don't give a F about what other people do as long as it doesn't affect me. Solid point. Richie Falcone 25 said, I'm so tired of black women shitting on black men. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. We gotta stop that. Black women, come on, man. And black men, y'all gotta stop shitting. Like, we just as a culture need to love on each other more. We gotta stop this shit. High Times KG said, nah, asking for time off is a wild concept, LOL. I get it, but we should look to find time to do whatever it is we want. But nigga, no, like, bro, like okay, I used to work for Wells Fargo. It was a fine regular life. Like, what is all this time that niggas need off? I would go to work. I would be there for 40 hours a week. I go home. You know, you would have PTO time to, sick time if you wasn't feeling well. You had time for vacation. You could save that shit up. Like, we went to school. Niggas went to school their whole life and it was the same shit. Now it's like, go get a job. It's like, oh, no, I want to go on vacation. Niggas want to go on vacations too much. Why everybody want to go on vacation all the time? What's we vacating from? I don't know, man. High Times KG said, I'm not doing it anymore. I know I'm not doing it anymore. And I just said too, it's like there is sometimes I be stressed out about that shit too. It's not always good when you self-employed. It's just a lot harder. You ain't gonna always be making money. So, but that's just what I want, just to put a bow on it. Stop work shaming people. Okay. Let me see. The Suns beat the Mavericks 129 to 109. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but they are up 2-0. Chris Paul went off for 28 points. I hope Chris Paul get it, man. They're doing their thing. The Heat dog walked the Sixers. James Harden, bro. What's wrong with this nigga? Like, sheesh. This is my inherent problem that I have with James Harden. I'm not even tripping off the fact that, he's kind of falling off a cliff with his production. That shit happens. Shit happens, right? Cool. Everybody ain't gonna be great forever. But I think you put yourself behind the 8 ball when you do all this diva shit you've been doing for the last 3 years. You force your way out of Houston. Mind you, he was playing with Chris Paul. He got Chris Paul up out of there. He got Dwight Howard up out of there. He got Russell Westbrook up out of there. I mean, well, we don't see that. Russell Westbrook, okay, but cool. So he was getting players out of Houston until there was nobody else left, and he was like, well, I don't want to be here. They traded him to Brooklyn with 2 other superstars, Kyrie and KD. He doesn't like it there. Forces his way out of there to go to Philly. Now you over there at Philly just looking. And I think that it comes, you know what I'm saying, I think that it comes to the result of how he's taking care of his body. Nigga like LeBron, you know, works out heavily, watches his diet. The nigga James Harden be out at the club with Lil Baby and them eating hot wings. Like, nigga, you're a professional athlete. Your body will catch up with you. So I think James Harden is washed. I do. I keep seeing it. Like, and I'm not even like no sports aficionado, but I do have two eyes in my head. And I'll be watching that nigga, I'll be like, but nah. Nah. So yeah. We're gonna see that. I seen an interesting I don't want to go too deep on sports. I mean, I don't know, like, I want to ask y'all about this. Kyla Pratt said this. I want to see your guys' your opinion. She said, years ago, I would feel bad about blocking people on these social sites. Like, damn, they don't mean that. Or damn, they might be going through something. But now, blockity block block. How you guys feel about that? Let me tell you something. I used to get very offended about what people would write and say about me online. I don't know where that came from, but I would really get offended. I would sometimes respond to strangers. Because, okay, here's my theory. There's no one to really walk us through this social media world because we're all going through it in real time. So there's no real way to just be like, oh, well, you just should do this, right? Hold on, Loki Soul said I'm jumping all over the place. No, it's not that. It's just, how much deeper am I going to go into two basketball games? Like, But anyway, back to what I was saying on this. I used to get really offended about what people would say about me. Sometimes I would go back and forth with people. But now, nah. First of all, a lot of times I don't read the comments and I don't watch people's content if they're talking about me crazy. But even if I do see it, I don't let it bother me. And I will block somebody. Somebody talking to me crazy, I'll block them. If they say something crazy, I'll delete it and then block them. And then in my mind, I'll be like, it's like you never said it. So yeah, I think that there's no real way to navigate through this because we're all going through this social media age in real time. So you can't tell somebody you should do this, you should do that. How would you know, nigga? We just now find out they coming out with a new app every day. You see what I'm saying? Facts. I'm gonna tell y'all a fact. When I went to rehab for alcohol back in 2017, there were literally people in rehab for social media. I'm not making that up. Not making that up. They were there for social media. So if you think it ain't serious, oh, it's serious, nigga. Think about that. People were in a rehab facility for that shit. This shit was fucking them up. So it is something that fucks people up. It is something that can have an effect on your mental health. And I'm like, nigga, protect your mental health at all costs. It'd be a block party every day. But now I don't even. A lot of times I don't go to the. Because when you really think about it, when you're going to the comments, what are you going for? I think a lot of people are going, because we want the ego stroke. We just don't want to say it. You want people to just be like, I like this. Or, nobody's ever getting mad at the positive shit that people are saying about them. It's the moment where people say some shit that you don't like. And it's like, why don't you like me? Tifinity said, I just blocked a couple of guys who are wasting my time. Hey, man. That's the thing that I hate. I hate, like, because I'm assuming that's, you're blocking people like on the phone. I just hate getting blocked on the phone and I ain't even get a conversation. I don't even know. I just texted it's a green bubble. I'm like, damn, what'd I do? All right, High Times KG said, people are human and you can only expect human emotions. But with that said, that person has a larger problem if they can't detach and turn it off. I was genuinely thinking about disconnecting from social media. Now, I know that sounds crazy as I'm saying that live on 2 platforms, but no, I don't. This is me doing my job. Like, this is me working. This is me building my morning show. So that's that. But I don't, you know, as far as like just scrolling, I want to stop that. Just being on and off. If it's for work or something I got to talk about, or if I gotta, you know, get some topics to talk about. Okay, cool. But like, do I want to just scroll? Y'all know what I mean. When you just sitting there on your phone, just like I notice it all the time. Like, you know, me and my daughter will go to sushi and we'll both just be sitting there on our phones. I'm like, oh, let's get off these damn phones. So there we go with that. We got about 30 minutes left. I'm gonna be honest. This has been my favorite episode yet, even though I only have 3. I like it. I like the flow of this. High Times KG said it's called doom scrolling. Wow. Low-key beats, just aimlessly scrolling. I feel that. I hate that too. It's because you're seeing the highlight reel of everybody's life, and then you're comparing it to the bad moment that you're going through right now. So think of it. You might be going through a terrible moment right now. Like, man, fuck everything. I don't like shit. This is bad. I'm getting fat. I'm not making enough money. I'm not where my peers are. Ah. And then you go on Instagram and you see all of your peers winning, making millions of dollars, and then you see that shit can fuck your head up. Like, man, I ain't shit. Or you can put that fucking phone down and get to work. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Put the phone down and get to work. That's what I'll be on. Like, after I get off of this phone, like after I get off of this, me doing my work, I'm getting to work. I'm gonna work out, drop my kid off at school. I'm gonna write some stuff. I gotta shoot some stuff for some roast me promo. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna work on learning to record myself here at home. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to be sitting here looking around at these niggas. Get your ass to work, man. Motherfucker will really sit there and play themselves out of production by just watching everybody that's going around them. Fuck what's going on around me. Mike Henry said, you never know which one of your ideas will work. It will happen one day and you'll blow up. Thank you for saying that, Mike. Because people have been getting on my head lately for like, you always start stuff and then you stop it. You're not consistent. Listen, I am nothing more than an individual that is just trying his hardest to find his way in this shit. And yeah, sometimes there's going to be stuff that works and stuff that doesn't work. Timing for things work right, timing for things that don't work. You know, I had some good stuff running, you know, not too long ago with, you know, podcasts like Justice League and things like that. But then I had some personal things going on that I had to deal with. Like, you just got to go through the things you got to go through. And that's okay. Stop feeling like you got to make it on other people's time. I had to finally come to the realization of that, especially in the game that I work in. It's so easy to look around and see everybody and watch what they're doing and be like, oh man, but I did, and I should be it. I don't care. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna figure it out. I don't got time to look at everybody, and I think that that's something here. That's the word of the day. Just get to work. Just get to work. Just get to work. Whatever that means for you. Just get to work. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got no time to sit here and wonder why you losing the race. It shouldn't even be a race. You should be in competition with yourself. Huh? That's the type of time I'm on, man. Like, because you'll run yourself wild. Expectation is the thief of joy. I like your comments, Mila. Matter of fact, she said, I am the same way, though. I have so many interests, and I constantly start things and move on to the next. It's something I'm truly trying to fix about myself. Don't feel bad about that, though, because the thing that's gonna happen is the thing's gonna. Like, do you know how many artists do 1 million songs and then they have one song that takes off and it changes their career? You know what I'm saying? Do you know that Dave Chappelle got turned down so many times for pilots, TV shows? I think he broke the record. Like, before he got the Chappelle show, it was, you know what I'm saying? It happens like that, but you just have to be able to understand that you are one of one. Huh? You all are one of one. We're all one of one. You know what I'm saying? And that's I had to come I had to come to peace with that within myself. Like, though your story is gonna be like anybody else's, and all you gonna have to do in this shit is just be yourself. And trust me, everything's gonna work out okay. The Bank of Josh said, do I have any projects coming with David Lucas coming? Possibly. David Lucas is one of my favorite people on and off the comedy scene. And yeah, we've always talked about collabing, so we'll try to maybe figure something out one of these days. Let me see what else everybody is saying. Mila says, loving it, though. This will be a part of my resume. Hey, appreciate your effort and insight. Gotcha. My guy Jay Morris said, I love this. You're in your bag with the morning show. Come on, man. And we only 3 episodes in. Just wait till I get the green screen going and get some guests on here. And you ain't got to just listen to me. But I really respect anybody that listens to me for 2 hours. It's not easy, but it's easy when I'm dealing with an audience like the donation. I love y'all. Genuinely. All right, what did Tasha just say? Tasha says, that's a word. People want you to move on their time, but won't take a step until they are ready. Come on, man. And that's what I want to just, I want to speak that into the people that are here, man. Just do you. And I promise you, it's going to feel much better than the other. And what I mean by that is, whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to do, whatever you aspire to be it, do it. Ain't nothing stopping you but you. I had to come to the real realization of that. Nobody's stopping me. Stop me how? I've seen it attempted. But then once you kind of put that into your mind that I'm going to do what I'm going to be who I'm going to be. Can't nobody else be Anthony Dorley. This is just me. Nobody else has been through the things I've been through, seen the things that I've saw. So how could they ever speak for my POV? And you are just the same. You're special. You're loyal. Another one. I'm playing. We only got about 20 more minutes, man. Now I'm just talking shit. The Baker Jaws. Have you talked about getting flamed on Roast This? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So recently went back to All Def. Okay? This could be a word too. Recently went back to All Def, right? March 30th was my first piece of content with them in about 2 years. And it was never no issues. It was just, I was going through my own thing, for the last 2 years, So they gave me the call like, hey, man, Roast Me's back. Want you back. Now, mind you, not only had I not worked with those fellas, you know what I'm saying, and the Roast Me shit for 2 years, but I also hadn't really roasted in 2 years. Like I had, I got back into stand-up, but roasting is a different animal. There's people that can do stand-up that can't roast, and there's people that can roast that can't do stand-up. So if you can do both, you're like a hybrid. So I hadn't done this for 2 years. When I tell you, when I got back to Roast Me, these niggas start kicking my ass. Like Craig Smith, Brent Taylor, Boo Capone, CP, Brandon Lewis, Tut Weezy. It was just fire. But like, I'm such a competitor. I love it. Like yesterday was fire. I think I finally started like getting off a little bit more. But even on the Roast This podcast, I had told niggas that I got my wisdom tooth pulled out. When I tell you Billy Sorrells and CP and Ronnie Jordan and Brandon Lewis roasted my wisdom tooth for 30 minutes. And it was some of the most hilarious shit. Side note, update on the wisdom tooth. I did not smoke for a second day. And but I'm still scared because once I looked up that dry socket thing that could happen if you smoke, I'm like, well, maybe I'll just go a week without smoking. Cause I'm like, nigga, when they was explaining to me what a dry socket is in your mouth, it just sounded so painful. Baker John's, bro, they roasted me for maybe an hour. I'll take that. They were like, we're inside of Doughboy's tooth. These niggas, they're so creative. Some of the most creative roasters I've ever been around. Low Key So Z says, I am enough right now. I don't have to do anything else at all. I accept myself for the progress made. I allow myself to continue to grow in the process. That is a word. I'm going to pin that. I'm going to pin that and read it again. I want everybody to kind of hear what was just said. Low Key just said, I am enough right now. I don't have to do anything else at all. I accept myself for the progress made. Come back. I allow myself to continue to grow in the process. Whew. I am enough right now. Everybody say that with me. I am enough right now. Everybody repeat after me. This is coming from Low Key Sozy. I am enough right now. I want y'all to say this out loud wherever you're at, because this is a good word. I wouldn't have you say anything that I didn't feel would speak life into you. So let's all say this together. Y'all repeat after me. I am enough right now. I don't have to do anything else at all. I accept myself for the progress made. I allow myself to continue to grow in the process. See, the reason why that's a word is when you say, I don't have to do anything else at all, but then you follow it up with, I allow myself to continue and grow in the process. So that's not saying that I'm just going to stop right here, but it's saying like, look, I'm happy if nothing else pushes from this point on. I did my shit. Now, do I want to do more? Absolutely. But it's something about being content within yourself. I learned this. Let me build on that a little bit. I learned, and this kind of goes with the grass is greener theory. I have learned that sometimes you have to stop and appreciate what you've done. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I get really depressed. Like I'm not talking about a long time ago. I'm talking about like recently. I can get into deep depression about what I have not done. And I feel like that is so disrespectful to the things that I have done. It's so easy to be like, I'm not this, I haven't done this. I've seen peers do this, this, and this, and I should have done. It's so disrespectful to all the great things I have done, all the great things I have overcome. And when I see a statement like that, I'm like, that's God reminding me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we all talk about our relationships with God and different things and all that stuff. Like, when I see a statement like that, that's me knowing that, you know, God is real. Like, you know, look at, just based on me doing my morning show, you know, if I didn't wake up this morning and do my morning show, I would have never seen that comment. But that's a comment that I can base on today as my like mantra for the day. Like, yeah, I'm good enough today. Well, I'm gonna definitely try to turn up some more and get even more shit going for tomorrow and the next day and the rest of my life. But at some point, you just gotta be happy about what you've accomplished so far. Stop shitting on yourself all the time. I do that way too much. It's like I'm way too hard on myself. Like, even like when we say I gotta get down to 225, that's totally negating the fact that I lost over 200 pounds. And I've been able, for the most part, to keep it off for 7 years. Now, did I gain a little bit back recently? Yeah. We get that off too, though. But it's so disrespectful to all the things that I've done. You know, I want to do more things. You know, I want to be on more stuff. I want to have a movie. You know, they just did the Netflix is a Joke festival. I would have loved to be a part of it. But because I did it, should I shit on myself and just be like, oh, I'm a failure? I just shot a pilot that I wrote 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm back rocking with All That, a company that I helped build. You know what I'm saying? I'm 3 episodes in on my morning show. You know? So, I'm not trying to make it about me. I'm just trying to let you know, just give yourself some grace, man. Give yourself some grace. Because I just feel like, from my personal experience, I'm always way too hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta you gotta look at it like this, right? Look at it like this. Every day that you get to wake up, you've got to look at it like, oh, it's lit. I got another shot. See, because I think as people, we get in the weeds too much of just wanting everything the way we want it right now. Just like, I want to lose weight right now, so I'm willing to starve myself and do cardio 3 times because I want this thing so bad. But it's like, at the end of the day, you have control of one day. The only day you have control of is the day that you're in. Now, so can you plan for the future? Yeah. Can you maybe right or wrong from the past? Sure. But for the most part, you're in this day. Don't waste this day thinking, I said this a long time ago on a record. I said, if you keep one foot in tomorrow and the other foot stuck in yesterday, you're going to end up pissing the day away. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. See, this is motivational time now. If you keep one foot in tomorrow and one foot in yesterday, you're going to end up pissing today away. Enjoy this. Make this the best Thursday. Don't worry about getting the six-pack. It'll come when it comes. But get a workout in today. If you ain't worked out in 2 months, that's cool. Go walk around the block. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to have a perfect eating day today. Maybe don't eat the cookies and the snacks in your bed and have crumbs on your chest. Not saying that comes from personal experience. You know? And I always feel like that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Tony used to always say, like, thinking too much about the future can give you anxiety. Thinking about the past can give you depression. This happens. Wake up. Oh, I like this, Deanna. Hold on. Deanna 472. You wake up. Thank God. Compliment yourself. Look at you just breathing and stuff. That's what I feel like you got to do. Hold on. I missed some comments over here. Let me go back. Okay. The Bank of Josh said, is Patrick easier or harder to work with now? Patrick has always been easy to work with. He's one of the greatest producers. He's one of the most creative minds. Patrick has never been hard to work with. And he's never changed the more his status grew. So, Pat's always been cool. I Am Lolo says, my time is coming. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears. And I know that it will. You just got to be able to stay the course. A said, Doe low-key looks like Michael Ealy with all the hair. Okay, I must just have a familiar face. These are the people that I've been told I look like in my life at one point. The Game, Drake, Jadena, DJ Khaled. I was like, okay, that's a reach. Corliss Williamson, basketball player from back in the day. And now Michael Ealy. That's the first one. We'll go with it. Maya Valentine 24 says, remind yourself who God identifies you as versus who society sees you as. Facts. Remind yourself who God identifies you as versus who society sees you as. That's a fact. That is a fact. Motivational speaking. We only got about 10 minutes left. Mila Manifest, love you too. I love everybody who shows me love, man. You know, I get it. I ain't the easiest person to. I mean, I come with some shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I finally have accepted that. Like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but for those who I am, I appreciate it, and I try my best to, you know, put my best foot forward. Somebody said A's, yeah, LOL, all accurate. Not sure about the Khaled one. I felt like the Khaled was a reach. Mike Hamby, let's get a cooking breakfast section, though. We could probably look into that. The only thing that I don't know is because I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I can't eat till 11. So the show is from 6 to 8. So we'll see. But I'm glad we still got 7 hanging strong in the Insta. I've been running it up. Oh, and see, that's the thing. I'm now we got 10 people. I'm happy for all 10 of those people. I'm happy for all 54 of y'all that's been hanging around, sitting here for the past 2 hours listening to me talk. That y'all think I have enough insight to carry a conversation by myself, looking at comments for 2 hours. Now, mind you, okay, let me talk about this. So these are the things that I'm looking to change for next week, right? So definitely looking to make sure I get my StreamYard hooked up so I can utilize that green screen, move those pictures, and have like a, you know, something that looks better. Then with StreamYard, I'll be able to utilize, I can share my screen So if there's a video that we need to see, then the whole audience can see it, right? And then also I'll be able to send a link out to, like, if I have a friend, a former, a fellow comedian, somebody I might want to interview, or maybe even one of y'all. And we could talk. So then it ain't just got to be me. So I guarantee once we break it up and then we have different people and then you can have me bouncing off of some people, the morning cup of dough is just, it's going to be all the bee's knees. So those are the goals that I have for next week. And then, goals I have for, even moving after that, I want to look into it, is how can I set it up so you guys can call in and I can take calls. So then I don't even have to just look at your comments. I can let you guys call in and we can have a quick conversation. Now, if I don't know how that's going to work, if I just get like a Google number or whatever, but those are the things that I'm looking to do, and this is fun. The thing that I like about doing Morning Cup of Dough morning show is that's giving my life structure as an entrepreneur that, works for himself. I anybody that knows me knows my life falls apart without structure. I'm just one of those people. I need structure. And I haven't had a ton of structure last couple of years. Having to get up at 6, to be here with you guys at 6, forces me to go to bed earlier. You see what I'm saying? It forces me to now, okay, boom. It helps just set up some level of structure. So it's like, all right, cool. From 6 to 8, I'll be doing this. At 8 o'clock, drop my daughter off. Come back from 8:30 to 10, from 8:30 to 9:30, I'm gonna work out. After that, I'm gonna take a shower, get dressed. From 10 to 11, I'm gonna get my stuff ready for the day. From 11, I'm gonna go do this. So it's like, oh, now I have a schedule. They said we want CT as the first guest. I think I'll be able to make that happen. Let me call CT. This show was dope-tastic. Thank you guys. I love y'all, man. But listen, Instagram, soon I'm gonna be bringing this over just to YouTube. So I'll do it here because, there's still people here, but I want to just push it over here. It helps the numbers. It helps the algorithm. Somebody asked me, JBoy4518 asked me, Doe, what do you think about the fight with China Mac and AD? Fun fact, I was able to meet AD on Roast Me. It was fucked up because I don't think we were ever in the class at the same time. I think I was in detention. But shout out to AD. Great guy. I'm a big fan of his. I'm a big fan of China Mac too. It's always cool meeting somebody that you're a fan of. It's even cooler when you meet them and they're cooler than you think they're going to be. Because I already thought he was going to be cool, but he was even cooler than that. So we got to chop it up, have some really, really good conversations. As far as the situation with him and C-Mac, him and China Mac fighting, I think that was a good thing. And the reason why, not do I think violence is good, no, but those men had a disagreement. They handled it like men. They went, shot a fair one off camera, got it off their chest, and then they went, ate some food, and they're going to be working together. I wish more people would settle their problems like that. So I'm all in. I mean, with me, I don't want to be fighting. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, no. I don't like getting hit. I don't like hitting people. So if there's a different way that we can figure it out, I would always go for that. But some people come from a different culture, so I'm not mad at them. I'm glad that, there was no violence. And neither one of them are really disrespecting each other. They both like, yeah, we fought. I mean, they're both obviously going to say they won, but that's cool. Bake of Jaw said, did I watch the Damn Internet You're Scary with CT? Not yet, but I heard it was pretty good. I might check it out today. Let me see. Louis Yes says, do I have beef with Tahir? No. Why would I have beef with Tahir? No. I ain't got beef with that guy. Somebody asked my favorite Teddy versus Doughboy episode, probably the smoke off, because I was high for like 3 days after that. We got about 5 minutes left. Is there anything else anybody else wants to know? Like, can anybody answer me this? When can I smoke? I got my tooth pulled, my wisdom tooth pulled Tuesday. So when can I smoke? On my paper it said 24 hours. Side note, I need to get glasses. You ever start looking at something to be like this? I gotta read something and do this to see it. It doesn't make no sense. Okay. They said do not spit, rinse, smoke, drink carbonated or alcoholic beverages for at least 24 hours. It's been over 24 hours. So somebody said, I do a week. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a week. Take an edible. That's what I was thinking. Smoke through your nose. Can you do that? Am I still at all death? Yes. Working with them now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the Instagram because it's about 3 people left anyway. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. I'm about to end up with you guys in a second. Peace, Insta. Okay. Somebody said you can smoke. I don't know. Hold on one second, y'all. All right. Oh. Wait, what? Hold on, I just messed this up. Give me 1 second, you guys. Why is this making me do this? Hold on. Okay, this is getting frustrating. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Sorry, guy. Low key, I'm gonna need you to have that affirmation for me every day. Yeah. Somebody said you can smoke. No, I'm not trying it. I feel uncomfortable. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to post this real quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Show episode 3. Ray J claps back. There we go. All right, got it up. Okay. I saw a lot of 72 hours, then 5 to 7 days, especially for weed. Shit, I'm gonna just have to wait. Would I ever be able? Mila says, would I ever be willing to have live discussions with one of your fans on here, like as a monthly thing? Yeah, I think that once I get the StreamYard set up, I can send you guys links because we building this with us. Like I'm not worried about everybody else. I know we will build this show and it will get really good, and then we'll have thousands of people tuning in every morning, and then we'll turn it up to another level. But as we build it now, the humble 50 people episode, whether 50 go to 100, whatever. Yes, I think that I'll send you guys links, because I want to be able to interact with you guys, talk with you guys. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I really think that I want to do this on YouTube. So I want to have, people come over here. So, Doughboy wearing shades in the club was the first time I saw you. Yeah, I was way back in the Wild and Out days, my first season. How often do I do these? I just started Tuesday. It's my 3rd episode. The goal is to do it Monday through Friday, 6 to 8. But I'm just, I want to build a morning show. So, yeah. So, okay, guys, we have hit the 2-hour mark. I'm going to have to get my child to school, ready to start my day. I love you all. Go do something great today. Have a good day. Don't entertain no negativity. Be cool, be real, and yeah, let's have a good day. And I'm gonna go ahead and hop off the show now, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time. All right. Peace. Okay.